Hi guys, welcome to my channel. And yep, I'm your favorite tutor, Felix. And today we have a comment. And as you remember, guys, I did promise that I'll be reading your comments and I'll be trying as much as I can to do a video for you, if possible and if time permits. So the guy next door, 9793. Yeah, that's a long name. He's talking about AUE. I found value in your content in AUE. Thank you so much. And he needs help with AIN. So it's just a brief overview of what AIN is all about, or what it was about, and the things to watch for in that module. So when I was doing the program with Unisa back in the day, AIN was just like a way of introducing the student to the diverse world of computing, or how computing works in accounting. Because I think there was a problem whereby Unisa was producing students who theoretically knew everything about accounting, but they did not have like enough skill maybe to do the accounting in the real world. As you rightfully had some institutions where they'll be saying, no, the students are so good when it comes to theoretical knowledge, but when it comes to making it practical, it's a bit of a challenge. So they came up with this beautiful course. At the beginning, it was a beautiful course. I will not lie, and would encounter a lot of people who would be also struggling with it along the way. It might even be blocking someone from graduating. I knew almost 4 or 5 people who kept on repeating the whole thing. But the idea behind this module is basically to say to the student, uh, this is how accounting is going to work in the real life or in the real world. Because in the real world, you're not going to have like ledgers, as in like physical books, and you do your debit, you do your credit and stuff. There's going to be softwares that you're going to be running the entire operation on. And from the last time I checked, or currently, I think Sage is a bit dominant in that space. That is in South Africa. That is, I think they launched Sage 1 because they took over Pastel, and you then have to be using their softwares at workplaces and other softwares as you go around. So it's very little of manual or physical writing but it's a lot to do with laptops and computers. So it's an introductory into that and how everything blends in. So from the time that I did it, I'll be completely honest. From the time that I did it, our study guide was done by, I would say, an accountant, or I can say the people or the lecturers who were in charge of the faculty then, they were more accounting inclined. Accounting inclined as in they designed a module, or they designed content in the way where it's like how the technology part interacts with accounting, or how the two blend, like how accounting blends into the computer system. But the downside with the way that they are now doing it now, because going through your study guide, like going through the study guide, the one that I got is the 2024 one. Going through your study guide, it seems like Unisa gave an IT person, or someone with an IT background, to write the module, or to write the course content for you. So it is a bit problematic because it looks very much intimidating, because from the time we did it, it was mainly the problem, or the biggest challenge was 26. Yeah, it was 2601, because you had to do a program. There's a program you'd actually it was part of the material where you'd buy a disk and you run the disk, and then in that disk there'll be a program for Pastel, which you'll be learning and you'll be going through. And the things that you're gonna be learning there, it's almost like we set up companies. Like, yeah, it was from setting up a company from the beginning, creating customer codes, what were customers, and how everything is gonna be done in in a software, in an accounting software. I think it was Pastel 17, Pastel 16, somewhere back there. So that was the most challenging part. But the rest, they kept it very light. But when you look at yours now, yours is a bit of a challenge because they're now trying to encrypt some things like cybersecurity and a whole lot of things that I really strongly believe they're not even applicable they are not really relevant to what you're going to be doing. So, in a nutshell, you have to, I think, what struggle through it will be the best way of putting it across. But I will try to come back and try to cover maybe the first chapters of it, which will be the fundamentals and whatever, because most of the things that they put up here, they don't have definitions. And I also get why they don't have like deep definitions, because it will be difficult for them to link that terminology into accounting, because it's not really applicable for you. But what's going to be very, very helpful for you is to understand the part where they now start speaking about Office. I really strongly feel that they outdid themselves when it came to Office, where they'll be teaching about Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Word. That is a part that you need to pay attention to, because in your career, you'll be writing emails, you'll be receiving documents. You really can't separate accounting with Microsoft Office. It will be difficult for you to separate the two. So getting acquainted with it, it is going to be very, very much beneficial. So the study guide is like more on the, like, we can say the practical side, where they'll be taking snippets of things that you have to do. That part you have to do yourself, but you have to make sure that you grasp it. The nitty gritties of data and is the direction that the institution has chosen to take. And because they've chosen to take this direction, it's a bit of a challenge. It's a bit of a challenge for especially someone in, let's say, in high school, you didn't do, they called it CAT the time I was doing it. I'm not sure what they call it now. As in, like, you didn't study anything related to computers. Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a knock for you. But if you give it enough time and you just do understand that it's one of those things that you have to go through for you to get to the next level. So yeah, the terminology is going to be a bit of confusing. And from the first chapter all the way to, I think, the fifth chapter, it's almost like an information dump, as in, like, there's so much information that they're trying to put out there, but the information is not relevant for accounting. Like, it's not really relevant for the processes or the purposes of accounting. And it's also difficult for them to also put a software here, because they will be like directly marketing the software, and the software side is, there's a lot of competition in that line. So you'll be basically promoting one product, you get out with your degree and stuff, and the organization that you end up working for, they might not be using that software, so it will be a waste. So it's a lot. It's a lot to take in, yes, but do try. I will also come back and do one or two modules, one or two study units which look a bit complicated, and will definitely be able to give you a heads up on it, on what to do, what to look out for, and the likes. The Microsoft Excel part, there's a lot of resource on YouTube already. So be open to also learning from there. By the time I did it, there were programs that Unisa used to run on campus. I'm not sure if they're still running them, whereby they would invite students, I think in a 2 to 3 week period, where they'll be actually teaching you like the basics of accounting, basics of Microsoft Excel. So there'll be Microsoft Excel, there'll be Microsoft PowerPoint, and there'll be Microsoft, I'm not sure the other ones, but I would attend the Excel ones. I do encourage that if they're still running such a program, to attend. It's very, very beneficial, because Microsoft Excel, knowledge in Microsoft Excel is going to take you, it will open a bunch of doors, and it will simplify things in terms of you integrating into any organization that you're going to be working at. So they would expect you, it's almost expected that you know Office, you know Excel, you know a bunch of formulas. What will only be left is for you to do the training on whatever software that they'll be offering you. So that's pretty much it. Software is gonna be a username, password. From then onwards, then they'll be now just maybe most likely they'll send you for a training. Then you learn whatever software that the company or that the organization that you're gonna be working for uses. And after you get that knowledge, then you're gonna be good to go. Because you need the theory so that you know what the software is doing, but so that you know what the software is doing. But most of the times, the things that you're going to be coming across, they are more on your. You should understand what you're capturing. Why are you entering such a figure and such a figure and such an operation into the software? So for you to be at the level of understanding, okay, you're gonna be using a software, they have to teach you a bit about it. But unfortunately for you guys, really, the way that they designed this module, it's very intimidating. I really get the comment. It's very, very intimidating because it looks like they're trying to take you a longer route. There's a bunch of things that they're going to be trying to teach you here that are very, very much unapplicable, actually, for lack of a better word, unapplicable in accounting. But just try to get the, what do you call it? I can't say creme, in creme and pass method. I can't really recommend that, but they have a lot of acronyms. They have a lot of acronyms. They have a lot of acronyms like CIS, ERP, AIS, and a whole lot of things. And I'm glad they're throwing them here at this level because some of the acronyms are shared as you go up in auditing, as you go up in FAC. So try as much as you can to, I don't know, struggle through it. And yeah, try as much as you can to struggle through it. But they're just trying to prep you for when you now have to like do this thing practically, and when you now have to uh, tackle a real, not that they are fake ones, but when you actually have to use a system and a software. But unfortunately, the way that they did this module, there's an information dump. Like there's a lot of information that you have to go through, and most of that information you're not gonna be using it anyway. But as usual, we'll definitely make videos and try as much as I can to assist where I can. And yep, that will be pretty much it for AIN on an overview, or just an overview of what goes on in this module. I just want to encourage you to, if you, to those who need like private tutorials, to send me a WhatsApp message, send me a message, drop a comment, and yeah, we'll get around it. We'll get around it. And please don't have like a very, very high, big, a phobia. Don't have a phobia of AIN. They're just trying to introduce you to computers. They're just trying to introduce you to computers. Try to relax your mind and stuff, because Unisa, is open distance, and it's usually a place where when we started there was a lot of very old people there. And old people and laptops and computers and stuff, there's just a mental block before you can even start. But some of the things, it's easier to work through, and it's easier to break it down. And we'll try as much as we can to assist. I'll try as much as I can to assist where I can. But it's easier when it is in a tutorial format than when it's just a video format like this. So if you need assistance on it, definitely do speak to me and send me a message, and we'll work around something to see how far we can take it. Don't be intimidated by it, and as I find time, I'll definitely try to come and give one or two, especially the bottom part of this thing. You can always try, but I'll try and explain to you the beginning part of it from chapter 1, I think, to 5 or 6. I'll try to do a series, and we'll see how far we can take it. So once again, remember to like, subscribe, share, do engage, do comment, and yep, I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.